Hello, Soul Tribe. This is your weekly reading, weekly energy reading for Labor Day week. Good. Death in reverse for our overall energy for the week. I didn't do a midweek check-in last week. I apologize for that. I just put the weekly check-in out so late. I felt like a midweek check-in was pointless. But anyway, this week, what we got coming up, I'll talk about while I'm doing some shuffling and trying to get some cards for us. Today's Monday, Labor Day in the U.S. I'm doing this at night on the West Coast, so it's already Tuesday for a lot of you. On Wednesday, we have Sun trine Jupiter, which is a very lucky aspect. Jupiter is like the god of luck and expansion. The Sun, of course, is also luck and everything good. When the sun shines in your favor, things are going well. So Sun trine Jupiter is usually a pretty lucky aspect for everyone. So look for some luck that way. However, I believe Mars is currently stationed direct and about to turn retrograde. It's going to turn retrograde on Wednesday as well. And when that happens, see, it's in Aries, which is its ruler, and or Aries is ruled by Mars. So it's at home in Aries. It feels really good in Aries. It feels like, yeah, we can go. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. We're ready. But when it goes retrograde, it's slowed down. It appears to be going backwards from the viewpoint of Earth. It's not really going backwards. It's just the way it appears to us. And that means we're going to have to slow down, and we're going to come up against probably going to come up against a lot of stuff, like hitting a wall, pretty much. Your energy is going to feel that way. You're going to feel like you're hitting a wall. You're energy-wise. You're also going to feel like you're hitting a wall sometimes, or a lot of barriers, or, people telling you no when you're trying to get things done. So it's just going to likely mean a lot of frustration for everyone this week. So I encourage you to remember that and just be patient, because everybody's feeling it. It's not just you. Then let's see, on Saturday we have Jupiter finally turning direct. So Jupiter, like I said, it's the planet of good luck and expansion. And if you feel like your luck has kind of been not there the past several months, that can be why. It's kind of gone that way for me. Things have been really weird for me the past couple of months. And I'm hoping that by, a week from now, things start to turn around. I mean, I know, there's going to be some fun with the retrograde Mars, but that Jupiter going direct, that should be allowing some people to start, okay, let's take both of these. Start moving again. If you've got things that are going on, or you've been waiting a lot, maybe the Jupiter going direct is going to help you out there. I sure would like some answers myself on how things are going to go for me. I want things to start moving forward again. But with things reopening, things moving forward, like companies are going to start hiring again and bringing people back to work, maybe back to offices, etc. But because we have that Mars retrograde, everyone is urged caution, and to take it slow and be deliberate about it, and don't be rash, and don't get upset, and don't get frustrated. Everybody's frustrated. It's the same for everybody. All right, so let's see what we've got for this week. The overall energy for the week, can you see that? let me turn it upright and show you. This is the death card. People are scared of this card in traditional decks because they think it means literal death. It doesn't. I mean, it can every now and then, but it doesn't. It just means there's a transformation. And normally this is like, I think you think about like a butterfly. The butterfly has to go it's a caterpillar, and he has to go and build a house around himself. He has no idea what he's doing. He just does it because that's what he does. That's what they do. And then he turns into goo and eventually transforms into a butterfly and comes out of his shell. So that's what this card is about. But because it's reversed, it's saying that, okay, the things that we thought we had going on, transformations we were expecting, the changes we were expecting may not be happening this week. So hang on. Things are possibly going to crawl to a halt. I want to see what that card means in this deck. I haven't looked these up lately, but I think this is a good one to look up. So when it's, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So when it's in reversed in this deck, it means clinging to the past, fear of change, sentimental attachments, forces of destruction, mortality, end of hope, mourning, loss. So this can mean, yeah, fear of change, clinging to the past. There's stuff that needs to be done, changes that need to be made, and we're afraid of making them. But like I said, because we've got that Mars going retrograde this week, this can kind of apply to everyone, just the energy, Mars and retrograde energy anyway, because we are going to be, like I said, hitting up against those brick walls. And so that makes things harder for us to let go, because things aren't going to be moving as quickly as we would like. Our what to watch out for card this week is the Five of Swords. I'm going to pull that up in this deck too, see what it says on here, because Five of Swords is normally the the card of arguments, conflict. And he's like, man, why? So there's a dude in the background going, yes, I won. Like he's king of the mountain. And then this guy is all kind of left out of all the good stuff, or feels like he has been anyway. So Five of Swords, according to the book that comes with this deck, is a conflict, an unfair advantage, experiencing loss, the need to build your skills and your confidence, and hollow victories. So, yeah, watch out for conflict. I believe the flying stars changed this week as well in feng shui. I need to look those up, and I'll put those in the comments to let you know where the conflict stars come in, because it may be hitting at a critical spot this week. I haven't looked them up yet. But yeah, so watch out for conflict this week. Everyone's going to be frustrated and hanging on and afraid of change. And there's probably going to be some conflict coming up around that fear of change. So don't be surprised by that. How we can stay balanced. I didn't do my thing. Normally when I pull a card, if it comes up reversed, I'll check to see if it's supposed to be upright or not. Now this one says it's supposed to be reversed. So Queen of Pinnacles. Normally, this is like a self-made woman, material wealth and abundance, strength and family and community, kind and nurturing, just grounded, being down to earth and generous. Like everything's cool with her. This is like the mom or the grandma that you always feel comfortable over at their house. They've got everything you need, all the good snacks and always the wise words and everything. And always, you need to borrow $5 to put gas in your car. They're there for you. With it reversed, it's talking about, in the book, financial stress and being self-absorbed, smothering others, helicopter parenting, overindulgence, work and home imbalances, materialism. So this energy with this Mars we're butting up against, and there's the conflict that's possibly arising. that's going to make us want to reach out and overindulge and be self-absorbed and maybe smother the people around us. And we need to watch out for that, and avoid that. I mean, you want to still show an outpouring of warmth and love. Just don't overdo it. Because like I said, everybody's going through the same thing. I know, I mean, I'm one of those people who likes to give hugs a lot and be with my friends and help my friends. And right now I can't really do that. So this to me is saying that we need to take care of ourselves. Be very careful about all the energy that we're giving away to others. Don't overdo it. Let's see the emotional outlook for the week. Show you this card again, show you up close. Queen of Pinnacles. She's very cool. She's one of my favorites. And she's just sitting there like she's got everything under control, everything she needs. All her needs are met. Maybe that's what we need to remember, that all our needs are going to be met. Don't stress. Things are going to change. Things will eventually turn around. So Page of Wands is in our emotional outlook position for the week. And normally the Page of Wands is like, woohoo, let's go. Everything's good. Let's get going. Like she's got her wand and she's throwing it up in the air. But this one's in reverse this week. So let's see what the book has to say about this one. I don't think I draw this card very often. Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's talking about angst, limiting belief, wanting to start something, but you're confronted by obstacles, being rebellious, hot-headedness. All of that is that Mars going retrograde energy. So we need to remember what I'm telling you here. Mars is going retrograde. It's likely to affect you. You're going to feel like people are pushing back against you. You're hitting up against obstacles and, you get hot-headed by it. But that's what all this is saying that could happen. And you need to, we'll take a look at the other cards to show you what else you need to do to keep from doing that. But just remember, everybody's in the same boat and just be patient. So I like all these cards to me are just telling me, just be patient and hang on and don't flip out. Look at her. She's upside down. She's like, all right, I'm flipping out now. Don't flip out. All right. Our inspiration for the week is the Ace of Wands. And this is a very good card. I love the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like, look, this is, I think, one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. She's got this brilliant idea right there. And this crystal flame. I love the colors. I love it all. So, inspiration, Ace of Wands, is traditionally new ideas and, new potential. Like, and this looks like a seed has been planted, a seed of potential. It's illumination, it's inspiration, creativity, focus, all of these things. So this is saying that our inspiration, we'll be getting it automatically this week. There'll be a spark of idea that, one good thing about the Mars in retrograde, it allows us to slow down to the point where sometimes that seed that has been planted for your creativity starts to germinate. So look for your inspiration this week. Maybe revisit some things that you had wanted to do. If you were going to do some creative work, whatever it is, go back to something you were thinking about doing or you had started before and you hadn't finished. You put down at some point. Go back to that. That can be, I'm thinking like crocheting a blanket or doing some painting or graphic design or choreography, just whatever, writing music. Find your inspiration. You're likely to find it because Mars is retrograde, I'm thinking it's likely to be something that you have touched on before and you didn't get very far with. This is saying we got all this fire energy right now and it's smoldering. Like the Mars is going retrograde, so it's going to be just, instead of like a thick fiery flame coming up like we expect it to, there's going to be all these embers that are going to be smoldering that we can tend to and stoke. Our spiritual advice for the week. Page of Pinnacles. Page of Pinnacles is usually like a new beginning in material things. Sometimes it's a card of a messenger. Those alternate between the knights and the pages. I always thought they were messengers, but in this deck, I think the knight is the messenger. So the Page of Pentacles in this deck is saying we're manifesting new opportunities and beginnings and good news coming in, skills and training, financial opportunities arising, new career paths, new connections, exploration, beginners, earth magic, making plans a reality. So the spiritual advice is just start something new, get on this new path. You've got news that's coming in. You can be practical and realistic about everything. Rely on this smoldering intellect and creativity that's coming through for you as well. Don't let any of this stuff, any of the Mars retrograde, don't let any of that stuff bother you. You can move on ahead. Just be slow and deliberate about it. You've got new things that are happening and just keep going. Trust the process. Things are going to be a little slow, but it'll work out. Our action to take. Now, this came out with two cards, and they're both fives. The Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Five of Cups is usually like disappointment and wallowing in self-pity and, broken heart, disillusion. You're like sitting there crying over spilt milk, basically. But this is saying that this is all an illusion. You still have this, you got all that sparkle back there, back behind you. You're just not looking at it. And then there's this Five of Pentacles, which is usually the left out in the cold card. This is the card in the traditional deck where there's a couple of people that are like one is in crutches and they're outside of church in the snow. And so look, what is that? There's a key, there's a lock. She's all whining about being left out in the cold. There's a key right there. If she just turned around and looked, boom, she could open that door herself. Same with this Five of Cups. She is crying over spilt milk. And look, boom, if she just turned around and looked, she has Lucky Charms with unicorn sparkles in a bowl right behind her. It is all right there. You just need to look in a different direction. Don't get stuck in this energy back here. Don't think this is the way everything has to go. You have time on your side right now because we're in that retrograde. And you also have these smoldering sparks of intuition that are coming in. So I don't think I want to do any let's do just some basic clarifiers for the spread. Let's see what we get. If we get anything on. Let's see, there's a clarifier for the Death card. Tell me more about the Death card. I'm going to go with that Queen of Pentacles too. Can you give me a clarifier for that Death card? Death in reverse. Okay, what do we got here? Oops. That's a lot of cards. Okay, this is how they were saying to line them up. All right, so Sun in reverse. The Sun is usually happiness and glorious success. We have this Death card in reverse where there's a transformation that's not happening. We're hanging on to the past. It's because everything looks dark right now. I mean, literally outside today, I mean, I'm on the West Coast and the smoke from the fires has moved in to Seattle and the sky's dark. Everything's dark. It's smoky. I had to close all my windows because it was starting to smell like barbecue in here. So things could be looking dark this week. And that's making us want to like hang on to what we've got and not go through the changes that we need to go through. This Five of Swords energy there, I've got the Empress in reverse. The Empress is usually, she's like queen of everything. She's like all the queens, and she's typically represented as a pregnant woman. So this is like those seeds that you planted are coming to fruition. And this is another card of glorious success. And this is telling me that there's been a slowdown for this as well. Hang on, we're putting things on pause. And then the Six of Cups, this is usually memories. And in reverse, again, this is like, she was like trying to hold on to stuff and overdo things. And then like, look, this is the Six of Cups. He's trying to share this wealth with this other, you know, like, hey, how you doing? Giving her flowers and everything. I'm thinking that gesture is a little too much. So we need to kind of hold off on some things. And it could be that everybody that we're dealing with right now is just super touchy. So that could explain. I mean, I'm telling you, the Mars retrograde, it only happens like every 2 years, I believe. 2.5 years, maybe. Yeah. I remember one time a guy I was dating, he had a stroke, and the day I found out and found him in the ICU was the day that Mars went retrograde. And he, you know, was literally in the hospital for 2 months while Mars was retrograde. So he had to put everything on pause and just hold on. And I mean, just I'm not saying somebody's going to have a stroke. I'm just saying it's this reversal and this taking things slow. You're stuck and you don't have the action that you're used to having. So I'm getting this Magician card for this Ace of Wands here. So, yeah, you've got all this magic in you. You need to be focusing on this and cherishing this. Don't worry about this. This is what I'm telling you. We know right now, this week, people maybe not that you could be headbutting a lot of people. You could be running up a lot of brick walls. Just know that that's the case. A lot of these people are going to have their cups tipped over. Things are going to, you know, they're going to pause a lot of stuff. Maybe reverse some things, but we still can go within. We know we have this Magician energy and we have this Ace of Wands at our disposal. So we can magic away all this and look for brighter future. And what did I tell you with this these two cards here saying it's just right there. We've got it inside us. All we have to do is just look in a different direction. Like she needs to look over here to her left. She needs to look over here to her right. We've got what we need. It's there for the taking. We just have to look for it. Just look in a different direction. That's what these retrogrades help us do. They help us view things in a different way. They slow things down. So you know how when you like you're watching an instant replay on the football game or something, you know, and you're like, all right, let's slow that down and play that over again so we can see what really happened, so we can take a closer look and see the details. That's all these retrogrades are. That's all it is for Mars. This is what it's telling us. The universe has our back. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. That's what this Mars retrograde is telling us, to surrender. Your natural inclination is going to be putting up walls and blocking people and blocking things from happening. But we need to just surrender and let these forces work in our favor. All right, I'm going to do the grab a card from the Earth Power Oracle book, because Mars is like fire and earth energy. Let's see if we've got anything coming out of the Earth Power Oracle. What can we learn about this Mars retrograde energy this week with this Earth Power Oracle? And also the Jupiter going direct. I mean, that's what this is right here. Jupiter's going to go direct. You're going to have, see, she's turning that flip, and then Jupiter's going to go direct, and you have this stuff, and then you think all this stuff is going bad because Mars went retrograde, and people are kind of losing their minds over it because they don't know what to do. People that don't know anything about astrology and don't believe in astrology don't think that the planets have any influence on their lives, and that's a valid belief. But you can go out to Walmart on a full moon and know that the moon affects the way people behave. So I'm just saying, I'm warning you what to look out for. All right, so Earth Power Oracle, give us the Earth Power card for the week. Let's go with this one. Step Pyramid of Saqqara. The soul is eternal. I accept cyclic rejuvenation. It goes back to this transformation. Transformation is going to happen. Surrender to it. Changes are going to be made. The first step in really getting to where you want to go, and the first step towards success and towards any kind of recovery, is to accept what happened. Accept what is going on. Surrender to it. Say, all right, this is where I am. I accept that. Now, what do we do to move forward? So let me read what the book says about Step Pyramid of Saqqara. The key energies are eternity, transition, transcendence of the soul after death. And this is in Egypt, northwest of Memphis. And she's saying that when she traveled to Egypt for the first time, she had the list, like most people, of what she wanted to see, like the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx and the Valley of the Kings. But then she said that the place that she felt the most power resonating for her personally was at the Pyramid of Djoser, which is more commonly known as the Saqqara Step Pyramid. The Step Pyramid, built during the 27th century BC for the burial of Pharaoh Djoser, stands majestically amongst the huge mortuary complex that is Saqqara. The Step Pyramid, or Proto-Pyramid, is considered to be the earliest large-scale cut stone construction. Prior to this construction of this kind of monument was usually done in mud brick. This was a very new way of artfully making the funerary monuments in the tomb that would house the god on earth, Pharaoh, after his passing. This tomb extensively features the god Horus, the son of the goddess Isis and the god Osiris, who features in one of the most enduring mythos of the Egyptian pantheon. It was said that the storm god Set became jealous of Osiris and killed him. In his rage, Set also dismembered the body, hiding the pieces so that Osiris would not be able to be resurrected. Isis discovered that her husband had been murdered. Her grief was so immense it was thought by many to have triggered the flooding of the Nile. Not satisfied that her great love would never attain eternal life, Isis traveled the earth looking for the pieces of Osiris. She found him piece by piece. Advised by the god of knowledge, Thoth, she then cast, I like pronouncing it Thoth, but I think that's wrong. She then cast a powerful spell which brought her husband back to life long enough to conceive a son, Horus. During the Het-Sed festival, the king was magically rejuvenated every year during a ceremony which mimicked Thoth and Isis' spell and included the king reenacting his coronation. Saqqara is old, deep, and eternal. You feel your mortality and your eternal nature here in the dust and sand. You understand how the body is temporary, yet our essence goes on. When you visit, this is a very barren and hot environment, so if you're going in the summer, go early or at sunset. You might like first to make a small offering at the mortuary temple, then proceed to the pyramid itself. This is what the ancient Egyptians may have done. You might like to stand in front of the altar, in front of the pyramid, and then extend your energy downwards, keeping your eyes on the massive scale and shape of the pyramid, feeding the eternal nature of the pink sands and the extremely ancient energies gathered there. So we've got these energies. We think they're all working against us, especially when when Mars first goes retrograde. We're going to maybe think that things are breaking or things are not going to go our way. But when we surrender and understand that this is just something that's going to happen, the universe has our back on this, and that we are eternal and we accept this rejuvenation. This is just another cycle. It's just another cycle. And look around us. We know we've got this energy inside us, and we know that we've got what we need next to us if we would just look for it. It's right there. It's within our reach. So let's see if we can get one more card. I'm going to get a card from the law of attraction deck that I have that just, it always gives me a keyword to focus on for the week or the day. I usually draw these daily. So let's see what our keyword is for this week. For our week of Mars going retrograde. Opportunity. I am always ready to take advantage of opportunities presented to me. Let's see what this one looks like. I want to say that almost looks like a flying carpet, but it's not. I see a dragon in the clouds. Like there's a butterfly. Are they going to swing from the chandeliers? So yeah, we have opportunity this week. It may not look like opportunity at first. It may not look like we're going to have any opportunities at all, but we will. It's going to come in, boom. There's just going to be this light that lights up, and it'll all start to make sense. So that's all I'm getting for this week. And I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did not, it is not your reading. Again, the day is September 7th, 2020, and it's Labor Day here in the U.S. And that's a day for all the worker bees to stay home and take a vacation and barbecue and say goodbye to the summer. And maybe that's what we're trying to hold on so desperately to is the summer that we hardly got because of the coronavirus lockdown. But we got opportunities coming up soon. We've got what we need. We need to trust the process. We need to surrender. We need to understand that this is just another cycle and everybody's going through the same thing. So I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment or a question. And I will talk to you probably later in this week for a midweek check-in. And if not, I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.